All right.
And we have yard signs. No one should leave without a yard sign.
At least one. That's right. Well, howdy, y'all. My name is Bill Whitehill. It is my honor and pleasure to serve you as a justice on the Texas 5th District Court of Appeals. A little bit about myself. I'm sort of an old-fashioned kind of guy. I've been married to my college sweetheart, Kit, for over 41 years. We have 3 grown children. They're all married, and they are producing grandchildren at a prodigious rate. Which is great, which is wonderful. And they keep promising more. It's fabulous. When I was in private practice, I had one job, one firm, Gardner Wynn, for over 32 years, over 26 years as a partner. One of the state's oldest, largest, most well-respected law firms, handling a broad variety of cases, which is the experience we bring to the court. But why are the courts of appeals important? Sort of as Justice Evans alluded to, we're the dark matter of the legal universe, right? Nobody knows we're there, but we hold everything together, and that's our job. Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But are those rights guaranteed? Are we always going to have those rights? I'm here to tell you those rights are under attack today. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. But they are not guaranteed. There's a book I've read twice by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, a famous Russian dissident, called The Gulag Archipelago. If you haven't read it, it's a long read. But it's a very, very important read, and it talks about what happened in the Soviet Union when they didn't have a strong, independent judiciary committed to protecting the rule of law, protecting rights, right? So in the Soviet Union, they had a beautiful sounding constitution. It talked about a lot of the same type rights, but they just didn't have an independent judiciary to enforce them. And so you had millions of people killed through the system. Another example, Germany, beginning in 1933. Prior to 1933, they had a very strong, traditional, independent legal system that protected rights. But over time, the judiciary lost its independence and became a political arm for Hitler, where instead of protecting people, it was protecting Hitler. And we know what happened when 6 million Jews and hundreds of thousands of others lost their lives because there wasn't a strong, independent judiciary there to protect the people like we have here in our country. Okay? Now, as you know, as we see it on TV every day, we know that liberty and freedom are under attack in our country today, like we haven't seen in 100 years. But I'm here to tell you that the rule of law is under attack in this country today as well, and it's under attack in our court. Now we see it under attack on the TV because they're trying to burn down federal courthouses. They're attacking our courthouse in Dallas. You come down and you can see the broken out windows covered up with plywood. When you attack a courthouse, you are attacking justice, and justice is under attack. Okay? So why is this important? Why is the rule of law important, and what is the rule of law? The rule of law is simply the concept that everybody, no matter who they are, no matter what family they come from, no matter what background they have, no matter what the skin color they have is, or what God they pray to or choose not to have a God that they honor, are treated the same. And that justice, that equality is so, so important to our society. Why is it important? Because we need to have the ability to know that our rights are going to be protected. We need to know that if you're in business, your property rights are going to be protected. The property rights are under attack today, like we haven't seen in 100 years. Okay? People need to know that when they invest in a business, that investment will be protected under the law that exists today when they make that investment, unless the legislature does something different. Okay? Families need to know what the law is so that they can make plans. I'm guessing a number of people here are retired or near retirement. They need to know that the money and the property that they have set aside for their retirement is going to be protected under the law. That's why they work hard. Hopefully everybody here has an estate plan, right? If you don't, see a lawyer, get one. It's really, really important. right? Because you want to know where your property is going to go instead of some judge who doesn't know you, doesn't know your family. But when you make an estate plan, it's important that you know that the law is going to be respected and enforced, and your property is going to go where you want it to go. All right? Now, I want you to think back. Many people here were around in the 1980s. You may remember, in the 1980s, our justice system, our judiciary in Texas was an embarrassment. It was a joke. They were talking about it in 60 Minutes. Justice for sale in Texas. What happened there? The judiciary was dominated by Democrats. Okay? 3 of the worst on the Texas Supreme Court came out of our 5th Court of Appeals. Okay? They're trying to take over the Supreme Court. They're trying to take over our court and the other courts of appeals so they can do the same thing. We cannot let them destroy justice in the state of Texas. We cannot let them go back to the 1980s and make justice in Texas a joke, a national embarrassment. We have to stop them. We're dealing with it on our court. As Justice Browning told you, there are 13 of us. We lost 8 seats last time. They control our court. There's only so much that we can do. 3 of us are up this time. We need your help to stay that way. So how can you help us? Well, we're going to get all your votes. We know that. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. But we need you to bring 10 people. Right?
Trump.
Trump, yeah, actually, right. To the polls. And we need you to spread the word. We need you to talk to your neighbors. We need you to take yard art, right? We've got beautiful yard art up here.
Oh, yes.
It will make your, everybody here has a nice yard, but this will improve it, I'm sure. Okay? We need you to send out emails. You greet voters at the polls, and it's amazing. Yeah, hey, I'm Bill Whitehill. I'm running for Court of Appeals. Appreciate your vote. Well, you're on my list, so you got my vote. Great. You're not on my list, so sorry. Or, well, you're not on my list, but you're here, so I'll vote for you. But those email lists are so critically important. If you send out 10, 20 emails to your friends or more, we will get those votes. If you are on social media, talk about the courts of appeals. I invite you to visit my website, whitehillforjustice.com. That's whitehillforjustice.com or whitehillforjustice.com. It's an incredible, I think, website for a judicial race. It has stuff on it that you've never seen before in a judicial race. A lot about the courts, a lot why we're important, why we affect your lives every single day. A lot about me. We've got videos up there. We've got all sorts of things up there that will help educate you. So why is this all important? Justice Browning talked about it a little bit more, about the relationship between our courts and the legislature. When the legislature, well, first of all, the Texas legislature has passed a statute somewhere that affects virtually every aspect of your day-to-day life. It could be in the health code, the business organizations code, whatever code. Larry has written a statute or had an opportunity to write a statute that affects your life. When that public policy is created, 181 elected policymakers in Austin were involved in creating that public policy or had the opportunity to do so. I'll finish in just a second. The governor has his or her signature on it. That's 182 elected people involved with that decision. As Justice Evans explained to you, we don't try cases, but we write opinions. When we write an opinion in deciding a case, we have to explain what the law is and how it applies. And that opinion then becomes the binding precedent for everybody in our 6 counties. And it's what we say Larry meant that counts. That's why it's important for our representative, democratically elected representative government that you have justices that hold Larry accountable to the words that he uses, so that when you go vote for your state rep, he's got a record. And you don't have judges out here changing what the legislature did. Because when the judges change what the legislature did, you're destroying the democratic process. We can't allow that to happen. Any questions? I'm happy to answer them. But it's Bill Whitehill, whitehillforjustice.com. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your help so much. We appreciate it greatly.